Hey everyone, welcome back to the Project Manager Connect Show. I am your host, Anna Anderson, and today we are talking about something that comes up almost every time I coach someone transitioning into project management or any industry, really. Transferable skills. You've probably heard the term, but what does it really mean? More importantly, how do you use them to land a new role in a new industry, even if you feel like you don't check all the boxes? I'm going to show you how to identify, how to translate, and also how to sell your transferable skills with confidence. Let's go. Transferable skills are exactly what they sound like, skills you've gained in one job role or even life experience that are valuable in another context. I know you don't need to have the same job title or be in the same industry for your skills to matter. Let me give you an example. Let's say you are a teacher, because I've worked with tons of teachers, shout out teachers. You are used to probably doing a lesson plan, managing 30 personalities at once, tracking that progress, communicating with parents, and solving problems on the fly. Guess what that sounds like? It does sound like project management. Why? Here are the skills I'm going to talk about: stakeholder communication, risk mitigation, performance tracking, scheduling. All those are transferable skills that you currently have as a teacher. Or maybe you've worked in customer service. You've learned how to handle difficult conversation, manage expectations, document issues, and also keep you cool under pressure, because we have some people who call into customer service and actually very, very rude. But what do we call that? That's communication, conflict resolution, requirements gathering, and process improvement. So these aren't just soft skills. These are core competencies nearly in every field. So, how do you go about identifying your transferable skills? Let's find yours, for example. Here's a simple 3-step exercise that I want you to take if you're looking around and being like, what are some of my transferable skills? The first thing is think in themes. Yes, I want you to think in themes. Start by looking at your past experiences, any jobs, side projects, volunteer work, parenting, anything. Ask yourself these questions. When did I solve a problem? When did I lead something? When did I create a process or improve something? Think about those themes, okay? The next thing here is I want you to think in categories. Transferable skills are often in some few major categories. For example, leading and leadership, communication, whether it's written, verbal, or even digital communication, organization and planning, problem solving, decision making, technology, those tools, adaptability in learning new systems. Think about those categories, right? And also, how are you going to translate your wins? This is the third thing here. How are you going to translate your wins? So take your previous accomplishments and reframe them in a way that fits the language of the industry that you are moving into. For example, instead of saying, I created lessons plans, boring, I'm not saying it's something boring and if you're a teacher, but if you're trying to translate or get into project management, you can say something like, I developed detailed weekly plans and coordinated resources for on-time delivery of curriculum outcomes. All right. So instead of just saying again, I created lessons, you can add in a couple of keywords that will make you stand out from someone just said that just said, I created lesson plans. All right. Now, how are you going to make sure that you are going to apply transferable skills to your new industry? This is the good part, because you're going to be using your transferable skills to break into your next role. The first thing here is I want you to rebrand your marketing documents. And often, if you listen to me, I always talk about marketing documents, and marketing documents are things like your resume and your LinkedIn profile. So let's start with your resume. You need to rebrand your resume. Don't just list your old responsibilities. Focus on the accomplishments and the achievements and outcomes using language that aligns with your target industry. So, for example, I want you to ask yourself questions like, what value do I bring? What problems did I solve? And also, what tools or systems did I use that I might carry over from my previous role into project management? For example, use Microsoft Office. We use Microsoft Office in project management. We use Word, we use Excel, we use PowerPoint to build decks and things like that. So that's one. Okay. The second thing here is optimizing your LinkedIn profile. Guys, LinkedIn is an amazing platform. I know sometimes some people are like, yeah, it's not a place for me. I don't want to email someone or send them a cold message, but it's actually a place that you can find an opportunity by connecting and reaching out to people at places that you want to work at. So it's important for you to optimize your LinkedIn profile with keywords in the industry that you want to you are trying to get into. Right from the very top, your banner should speak project management. Like, what are you trying to get into? Your headline, not just, hey, I'm an aspiring project manager. In fact, drop the word aspiring, drop the word experience, drop the word detail oriented. We already know you're aspiring. You don't need to tell everybody. Already showcase that you're a project manager and you're there to get the opportunity that they're looking for. So optimize your LinkedIn profile with keywords that will make you stand out for the job opportunity that you are going for. Other thing here is speak their language in interviews. Interviews don't need to have you, or that they don't expect you to have done the exact same job. They want to know if you can do the job well and if you're going to be a great cultural fit or a great addition to their team. So it's important for you to make sure that you are preparing for the interview. Remember to treat your interview like a conversation. As much as they're interviewing you, you are interviewing them as well. You're trying to see if you're going to be a great fit. So, not just because you want a job, it's something that you want to eventually see yourself there long term. So, use star stories that show your skill in action. I love star stories. Star situation, task, action, result. This is very, very important because a lot of people underestimate writing down their stories that will help them prep for interviews. So, use star. For example, if they ask you about leading a team, talk about how you led a training initiative, for example, or maybe you coached new hires, even if it was maybe in retail education. It's important for you to please, I'm begging you, if you can, write down your star stories. This is critical if you are looking for your next project management opportunity. The fourth thing here is take initiative to close small gaps. If there are any major tools or terms you're not familiar with, please go out there and start learning how to do them. Let's say you're trying to get into project management and you've heard of Agile, you've heard of Waterfall. These are project management methodologies that I want you to go out there and train. There are tons of free resources out there that you can use. There's LinkedIn Learning, there's YouTube University, there's Google or any other search engine that you're using. Please take advantage of all this free training. And then you feel like maybe you need additional training, maybe you can reach out to people who probably provide that training to learn a bit more. So Agile, Waterfall, Jira, Salesforce, take a short course. You watch tutorials and speak to how you're already learning the ropes. That will show initiative, not inexperience. I want to leave you with this. You're not starting from scratch. I know it sounds like cliche, but yes, you are not starting from scratch. You're starting from experience. You're just learning how to translate it from your previous role into your next opportunity. So many of the professionals I coach, nurses, admins, educators, military veterans, sales reps, they come to me sometimes thinking that they have to start over. Until we talk about this, they're like, actually it does make sense. I do have those transferable skills and I can actually transfer them from my role to my next project manager role. So you already have the skills. You just need to understand how to package them. Remember, don't downplay what you've done. It's very important. Don't be afraid to pivot. And don't wait until you are 100% ready, because some people will be like, Anna, I'm going to wait until I do my PMP so that I can start getting, I can go ahead and get my project management role. I am a PMP trainer. Of course, I'm going to encourage you to get your PMP, but the PMP is not the only thing that's going to make you get a role. It will make you stand out. It will probably help you when you're doing salary negotiation and stuff like that. But if you feel like you're ready to apply for that project manager role and you feel like you have those transferable skills to bring you from your current role to project management, go for it, because growth comes from movement, not perfection. So I want you to keep believing in your story. You're more qualified than you think. All right. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you in the next episode. And I hope that you can look at your transferable skills and transfer them to your next project manager role, because we need you as a project manager. Okay.